Thanks for joining me here on the mat today for Yoga with Shan. Let's begin this morning flow for energy, standing in mountain or Tadasana. Arms up as we inhale and bow in Namaste. Thank yourself for coming and joining me on the mat today. Arms up as we inhale and exhale into cactus arms. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, release the elbows down towards the ground. Inhale, fingers to the sky. Exhale, elbows to the ground. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach up. Now let's place a palm on the chest and a palm on the belly. And let's do some breathing. Inhale through the belly, the ribs, the chest, the ribs, the belly. You exhale. Inhale through the belly, the ribs, the chest, and exhale out the chest, the ribs, the belly. Notice this breathing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And let's let the body hang, let gravity do its job for a moment here. On your next inhale, reach the arms up, hands at heart center in Samasthiti. Let's drop the palms to the mat, walk the hands forward, and come into your plank. Your shoulders should be aligned above your wrists, and then we're going to work our way back into our forward fold. Let's do this a few times, welcoming movement into the body, awakening up all those organs and stiff joints, and walk it back. Forward fold. Let's roll up to standing, arms up, reach up, breathe, hands at heart. Inhale and exhale. Just take a moment here. And on your next inhalation, arms reach up for the sky, fold from the hips into forward fold. Bring the hands to the mat, and again, let's walk forward. Lower the hips into your plank. Hold that plank for a moment. Let's stretch those toes a little bit. And then when you're ready, we're going to knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, come back into your downward facing dog. Make sure your shoulders are rolled down from your ears. Your sternum is falling towards the mat. Spread the feet a little wider, and then let's bring the left arm across and try to grab that knee or that ankle. These twists are always so good for detoxing. And back to center. And then bring the right arm to the left ankle or knee, whatever's more comfortable for you. Take a nice deep breath in and let it all go. And then when you're ready, back to center. And downward dog. And then let's roll up on those toes, drop those knees down, and sit back into Balasana or Child's Pose. Arms are reaching forward, your fingertips are towards the front of the mat. Make sure your knees are spread and your chest is coming down towards the mat, your forehead as well. And then on your next breath in, you're going to slide the chest forward. Reach the right arm up to the sky, and let's thread the needle. Bring that arm underneath, across the chest, and down on the mat. Keep the chin on the mat if you're able. Just make sure you're only doing what's comfortable for you. Make sure the knees are below the hips. And let's switch back to center. Then we take the left arm up and under. Stretch it across. Make sure you've got your chin on the mat. That other arm is straight forward, reaching to the front of the mat. And arm, we release and we come back down with the chest into puppy pose. We're going to slide forward into our Sphinx. Bring the palms down beside the armpits, rest the forehead on the mat, and on your next inhalation, let's reach up with the forehead, look up to the sky, open the heart, and exhale back down to the mat. Inhale, look up, and exhale back down to the mat. Inhale, raise the head up. And as we exhale, we lower back down. Take a moment here, tuck the toes, plant the palms, and lift up into your cobra or your upward facing dog. And then let's sit back into balasana or child's pose again. Palms are towards the front of the mat, fingers reaching. We're going to come up to our hands and knees and tabletop now, and we're just going to do a body roll all the way to one direction, all the way around. You want to come around on the shoulders and around back on the hips, behind the ankles, and then you want to switch the direction and go the other way. And then back to child's pose. And now let's flip over on our backs and take the right leg and hook it over the left knee or bring it in towards the body, and we're going to let the body fall that direction to the left. You want to bring your right arm out behind you. Make sure both shoulders stay flat on the mat, and switch to the other side. Your left knee crosses over your right. Right arm beside you. Left arm out behind you. And let the knees fall towards the opposite side. You're looking over the other shoulder. Back to center. Let's reach up, grab the bottom of the feet and bring the kneecaps down towards the armpits into our happy baby. You can find stillness here or rock back and forth, have a little motion, whatever feels good for your body. And then let's roll on up into our boat or Navasana pose. Lift those feet, keep lifting, keep lifting. Excellent work, you guys. Let's swing around, bring the legs down, come up onto the knees, up onto the feet, lift the hips, spread the feet wide. Palms are planted firmly on the mat. Walk the hands back into forward fold. Bring the left arm up. We're going to keep the right palm planted and bend the left knee. So the same arm that goes up that knee is bent. This is just a nice little stretch for the calves, for your shoulders, for your neck. Back to center. And then forward fold. If you need to bend the knees here, that's totally okay. Halfway lengthen. And forward fold. Roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Arms reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands at heart. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold down to the mat. And we're going to walk the hands forward. Plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Lift the hips, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Walk out your dog for a moment here. Find some stillness. Hop to the front of the mat, and we're going to halfway lengthen, forward fold, roll up to standing, arms reach up to the sky, fall to the mat, plant the palms, hop back into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Great work, everybody. Now, walk that dog again. Bend those knees, let those heels try to sink closer to the floor. And then when you're ready, bring that right leg up, step through into your high lunge. Arms reach up. Try to keep that knee over that ankle. Hands at Samasthiti. And then we're going to do a twist. You want to take your right elbow to your knee. The other elbow should be reaching up to the sky. And if you can, let's go ahead and drop that palm to the mat and bring the other arm straight up. Or you can take a bind here if you're comfortable, where you bring the right arm behind you and the left arm comes between the legs. As you can see, I've almost got it there. And back up into our high lunge. Drop the palms to the mat. Step back into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Let the sternum fall towards the mat. Reach the right leg up. Step through into high plank position on the other side. Arms reach up, knee over the ankle. Hands at heart, and let's go into this twisted lunge. Your right elbow should be on your knee, and if it's within your practice, go ahead and drop the hand all the way down and bring the other arm all the way up. Or if you can take a bind here, where the right arm comes behind the hip, the left arm is coming under the leg. Or you can stay where we were originally. Okay, and twist the body, come back down with your palms, step back into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the heels, downward facing dog. Great job, you guys. Okay. Now, with our legs spread about hip width apart, we want to Look forward, step the right leg all the way to the front of the mat, and let that knee fall away from you. And we're going to drop the back knee. Bring that arm back, grab that heel, and stretch over that shoulder. Pull that foot closer to the buttocks and breathe. And then when you're ready, let's let it go. Bring that arm around to the front. Tuck the toes, step the foot back into plank or high plank position. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog, bring your sternum towards the mat. And on your next inhale, lift the left leg back up into three-legged dog, and let's step it forward and to the outer side of your mat for lizard. We want to let the knee fall away from you, sort of onto the outer edge of that foot. Drop the back knee down. Let's reach the arm behind us, the right arm. Grab that foot, pull it towards the glute. Breathe, don't forget to breathe. And exhale, let's let it go. And on your next inhale, step back, three-legged dog, and downward facing dog. All right, take a moment here. Deep breath in, exhale. And when you're ready, reach that left leg back up for the three-legged dog. Tuck it into the chest as you come forward into plank. Three-legged dog, forward knee to chest. Three-legged dog, forward knee to chest. Three-legged dog. And this time you're going to bring that ankle towards the left wrist, your knee to the other elbow. You want to come into your pigeon. And when you're ready, take a nice deep breath. Inhale in, lift up, and exhale. Let's bring the face as close to the mat as possible. Inhale, look up, and exhale, bring your chin down to the mat. And then on your next inhale, we're going to tuck the toes, reach back up into three-legged dog, and then if it's within your practice, flip over into your wild thing, lift those hips, let that arm straighten out. You are graceful, you are a warrior, you are beautiful. And back to plank. Left leg comes up again, and now we're going to switch and go down into chaturanga, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Walk out your dog for a minute here. Take a deep breath and let it all go. And on your next inhale, let's do the same thing on the other side. Right leg comes back into three-legged dog. Knee to chest, lift, knee to chest. Right leg goes up, three-legged dog, and into chest. Up again and into chest. And now we're going to come and bring the left ankle towards the left wrist, right ankle towards the left wrist, and bring the forehead down to the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Take a moment here, let go of everything that no longer serves you. Place those palms flat on the mat or reach them to the front of the mat, your fingertips reaching towards the front, and let's just breathe here for a moment. Just go inside. If it's within your practice, you can place the arms by the sides, or you can leave the palms flat next to the shoulders. Just watch those thoughts. Be the watcher of your thoughts. Notice any changes in your body that have developed since you started this practice today. Anywhere you feel tight, sore, loosey-goosey. And on your next inhale, lift up. Tuck the toes, lift the knee. Step that foot back into three-legged dog again. Bring your heel to your buttocks, and we're going to flip over if it's within your practice into your wild thing. Lift your hips, lift your heart, open up, and back over into three-legged dog. Knee to chest, three-legged dog, downward dog. And when you're ready, hop or step to the front of your mat. forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, forward fold. Roll up to standing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands at heart. Again, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Arms reach up, look up, lean back, and let's swan dive down to the mat. Palms to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, look up, halfway lengthen. And step or hop back into plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Good job, everybody. Great work today. And then on your next inhale, hop or step to the front of the mat again. And we're going to land in a seated position with our ankles crossed. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, unclench the jaw, and let's arms reach up. Let's go down to that right side. Bring that elbow to the mat and this side stretch. And then we switch to the other side. Look up if you can. And back to center. And now we're going to swing our feet around and slowly, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time onto our backs. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a great big hug for all your hard work today. And then when you're ready, let the knees fall open in a supine butterfly pose. Palms open on your mat or on your lap, whatever's comfortable for you. And let's just take a moment to go inward now. Notice the breathing. Notice any changes you feel. And imagine there's a big bright sun coming out of your chest. And as you walk through today, there's going to be sunshine coming from you, rays, golden sun right out of your heart center. Remember that you are your own energy. And then when you're ready, move the wrist, bring the ankles, let's come up into a seated position. And arms up, hands at heart, and bow and namaste. Thank you for joining me today.